Hi, it's your coach, Joe Lucas. Welcome to Friday. Welcome to October 6th. Hope you had a great week. I'm feeling a little philosophical this morning, so I don't have like a theme for you, just some commentary, if you will. You notice how I start every video? Hi, this is your coach, because I believe that when I do these videos and I push them out on YouTube, or if you're listening to me on our podcast, I'm here to help you. I want to offer you guidance, advice, and look, whether or not you ever reach out to me, whether or not you ever pay me a dime, I'm here because I do care about your success. Okay? And so that's why I consider myself your coach. Even if you're working with somebody else, I still like to be on your team, even if it's just virtually. So what do we want to talk about today? Let's just talk about our business a little bit. Let's just talk about kind of what we do, right, as advisors, as planners, if you will. I guess I get asked this question a lot about, the difference between quote unquote somebody who's successful in this business and somebody who struggles in this business. And let's face it, it's a decade or century old conversation in our space, right? And I really have done a lot of work on this, both from a third party perspective and then being in the trenches with people. And the one thing I'll always say is that our industry will expose you. It exposes your weaknesses and it exposes your strength. And it keeps score, right? And I'm not going to say that money or income or production is everything, but it is a very, very important KPI, key performance indicator. So you can't tell me that you're this, that you got your stuff together, right? And that you're a bright person and all this other stuff, and you've been in this business 20 years, and you got 15 million under management, and you barely make 200 grand, barely grossing $200,000, and you're struggling. Hey, there's something amiss there. If you've had 25 years of startup, there's something wrong, right? Here's the problem that our industry, for the most part, again, there's always variations, but look, if you're in this business, you're going to have somewhat of an ego. You have to, in order to deal with the rejection and the failure that comes with it, right? Because if you can't if you can't deal with no and let me think about it and some other stuff, then you're not going to be here very long. And I think all you watching me or listening to me know that already because you went through that, right? That's why you're still here. But again, getting back to the exposure part. So look, here's the deal. It is very rare that I find somebody that I, get introduced to, referred to, that kind of come into my world somehow, some way. And, as I sit there and interview them, then I evaluate them and their situation, it is very rare that somebody says to me, I don't know what to do. Because reality is you all know what to do. Problem is you don't do it, or you don't do it consistently enough, right? Or you make it a lot more difficult than it is because you have all these subconscious strategies that get in the way of you being successful. Now, what do I mean by that? Subconscious strategy. Well, there's a term, right? How many of you sit there and say to yourself, and maybe you said it to other people, maybe you talk to your other coaches about this, right? Oh man, I have a procrastination problem, right? Or I just procrastinate a lot. And somebody says that to me, I say, whoa, wait a second. Tell me how you do it. Like, I want to know how you procrastinate because there's strategy there, right? Do you watch CNBC? Do you put on Fox News? Do you talk to whoever's in the office? Do you kind of, right now, are you focus on your fantasy football team, things like that, right? So there's strategies, right? I mean, you're doing something to distract you because there's other things that are more productive that will make you more successful that you deem uncomfortable emotionally. So we go do that. Oh, we do paperwork, right? Or we do all these other things instead of pick up the phone and calling somebody and asking them for business or talking about referrals or having a tough conversation with a client that needs our help. It is safer, right, to go do this. This is why this industry will expose you. Because until you get your psychology right, I don't care how much practice management you do. I don't care how many marketing gurus you hire. I don't care, what kind of software and systems you invest, how much you spend on your website. You will never achieve what you want because that is not the problem. And that for most people, they do not want to hear that, especially in this industry when we're all kind of like, you go to these conferences, right? And you see these guys and gals walking around and like literally nothing stinks, right? And they've got, I'm super successful or I'm really insecure, but I got to put this act on, right? So nobody really knows the truth. I mean, that's how it really is, right? And you all done it. I've done it. We've all done it. Why? Because we're afraid of facing the truth. We're afraid of looking at the man or woman in the mirror and saying, you know what, this is okay. And let me explain the beauty of our industry, by the way, which I think is fascinating. You can be, and for those who have heard me speak at conferences or have been through some of my work, here's the statement, and you're going to get this. You could be a pretty high dysfunctional human being. In other words, you could have a lot of issues and still make a net over $100,000 a year of personal income in our business. In fact, several $100,000, technically. And you could be a pretty flawed and messed up human being. You just got to work a little bit, right? Be consistent, work a little bit, still be kind of messed up, right? But you get some stuff done, and you make a six figures. Well, you show me where else that's possible. You show me another profession. If you were a messed up doctor, you'd be sued, right? If you were doing other things, you'd be out of a job. But here, boy, we can just kind of hang out for 30 years, be messed up, and make six figures. And that's what a lot of people do, by the way. And again, I'm not trying to harp on anybody. I'm just saying that's just the way it is in my eyes. Again, this is my little chit chat today, right? And I sit there and say to myself, Joe, what would happen if they get organized? What would happen if you got organized? And I don't mean like, well, let's get our office all squared out, but you've got your mind right. You fix your stuff. Well, that six figures goes to seven. That's what happened. The differential, and so here's the key thing. This is, now I'm driving a point. The difference in someone that makes six figures in this industry and makes seven figures in this industry is not that they're smarter or they're brighter. They just have their act together at a higher level. Their psychology, their values, their rules, their self-identity, their internal dialogues, their beliefs, they have them in a higher set of alignment than you. Period. Now, here's the problem with that. You can't go to a conference and fix that, right? Like practice management, as much as I like most of those people, right, will not fix this. As much as I like some of the marketing people out there, and I know some really bright ones, will not fix this for you. You have to fix this. Hence the problem. Because you don't believe you have a problem. Why? Because your ego says, oh, no. Compliance won't let me be successful. The DOL won't let me be successful. My partner won't let me be successful. This won't let me be successful, right? And this is the story you tell yourself to hide from the truth. I am telling you, I've been doing this for literally 25 years. This is the state of our industry. This is the state of you. So if you look at the guy or gal that's getting the award or whatever, again, whether you work for a firm or you're independent, it doesn't matter, right? Or Barron's, look at the Barron's list, right? Oh man, look at those people, man. They run billions of dollars, and look at them, tens of millions of dollars they gross. Man, how do they do that? The recipes are simple. It's scale, right? You run 100 million, you run 250, you run 500, 750, a bill, right? You go from one junior partner to 2 to 3 to 4. I mean, the recipes are easy. I can shut down. I got a whiteboard there. I can put that together in 5 minutes for you, less. You'll never do it. Okay, I'll spar you because you know why? Your mindset won't allow you because there's conflicts everywhere. And this is, by the way, for some of you who kind of get on a roll a little bit, right? You get up and maybe one day you've had enough. You're pissed off, right? Or you're frustrated. You say, you know what? Damn it, I'm done. And you can focus for a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months. And you see stuff happening. And, you get some momentum and you start getting some biz in, right? And then what do? You sabotage it. Now, where's the rationality in that? There is none. So if it's not rational, then i.e. it must be what? Irrational, right? So what does that mean, irrationality? It means that, in my viewpoint, is that you have an incongruency internally because there's conflicts or there's some lack of clarity in something here, right? It doesn't mean that you need to go therapy or anything like that. You just need clarity. That's the challenge. This industry, I've said this for 20 some odd years. This industry of ours is the ultimate personal development business. Keyword personal, you. Not another CRM, not another website, not another marketing campaign, not another seminar series, you. That is both the easiest and the hardest thing to handle because guess what? You have total control over it. Now, if you don't think you have total control over it, hence here's where we have challenges, right? So this weekend, here's what I'm going to ask you to do, and I'm going way longer than I thought it because I get on a roll and stuff just kind of pops out. I want you to take this weekend I want you to think about it. Am I full of crap? Am I BS, right? Or is there some validity to what I'm saying? And if you believe there's some validity to what I'm saying, here's what I'm going to ask you to do. I want you to take the rest of this year and get right. You're not going to elevate yourself in 2018, taking the 2017 mindset into the new year. It will not work, right? Go on Practice Power Academy. It's free. I don't care. Listen to some stuff. Figure out something. Reach out. Whatever you need to do. But don't kid yourself. Don't do this to yourself and your families by sitting or saying to yourself, I'm just going to work harder. That's bull. You don't need to work harder. You just need to work and get your mind right. So I've taken up way much of your time. Happy Friday. Have a good weekend. I'll see you on Monday.